Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A fast-moving emergency-level blaze put homes at risk this afternoon as hot and windy weather kept fire crews busy throughout the day. Our reporter Michelle Wisby joins us now from near the fire at Orion. Michelle, just how quickly did this fire spread?
Well, Rachel, this fire has really proved just how quickly a blaze can spread in these extremely hot and windy conditions. As you said, we are near Orion now, and you can probably see behind me the blackened grass. Crews arrived on the scene here at Fingerpost Road around 2:45 this afternoon. We've spoken to residents, and in the area they say trucks, helicopters and planes all arrived in a matter of moments. It was quickly escalated to an emergency level, with temperatures reaching almost 40 degrees and extremely strong winds. It has since been downgraded to an advice level, and we understand only fencing and some power poles have been damaged. But we have heard reports of some homes in the area losing power. Police saying the fire was caused by a ride-on mower being used on a property.
Look, at this stage we're working on the idea there may have been some machinery that was being used in the area at the time that may have caused the fire. But
several kilometres of the road here have been closed for a number of hours now, while authorities do remain on the scene. And Rachel, while summer is officially over, it just goes to show that we are not out of the woods yet.
No, we are not. Thank you for that, Michelle. Michelle Wisby there with that update. Well, Hobart has just experienced its hottest day in 5 years, with temperatures reaching almost 40 degrees. Hot and windy conditions across much of the state has authorities on high alert.
High temperatures for anywhere and extremely unusual for Tasmania. Many stations across the state smashed their March maximum temperature records today. It reached 39.7 at Cape Bruni and 39.1 in Hobart.
Hobart's record was 37.3 degrees, and it reached that in 2008 and 1940, the only two times that it reached that. We've broken that.
A combination of those hot conditions statewide paired with the dry environment and wind had authorities on very high alert.
We need to be ever vigilant because we are still in the middle of the fire season, and we need to get through this hot weather.
Fire dangers were expected to hit severe levels today, and they did. While many remained at advice throughout much of the day, Orion quickly moved from advice to emergency.
We have got fire brigade units all around the state in pre-positioned areas, including where there are not fires, in case of ignition. So we've got a very capable, dedicated team of people on the ground right now.
For others not in areas affected by fire, the weather was welcome. The beaches packed and ice cream the flavour of the day.
Oh, berry indulgence is doing very well.
The only thing to cool down I can think of, apart from the air conditioning.
Sausages on the sizzle and cold drinks in hand. Tasmanians relishing the warmth while it sticks around.
It's warm, a little bit of sweat there, but no, we're used to it.
It's got a gazebo and everything set up down there, and just thought we'd come up here for a bit of a feed and get the kids out of the sun, a bit of shade.
Tomorrow and the coming days will offer some reprieve for those waiting for winter, with temperatures expected in the 20s and the teens. Louise Hedges, 7 Tasmania News.
A 75-year-old woman has died and her 80-year-old husband has been taken to hospital with serious injuries following a crash on the East Tamar Highway near Dilston this afternoon. Tasmania police say he was turning their ute into a car park when it collided with an SUV at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Early investigations indicate speed wasn't a factor.
We do believe we have some dash cam footage from another motorist, but we have not seen that yet. So we're waiting to get a look at that to see what happened. And there are a number of witnesses that did see the accident as well that need to be spoken to.
The road was blocked for up to 3 hours while investigations took place. A search for the owner of an abandoned kayak has now been downgraded following an air and sea search between Bruny Island and Tinderbox earlier today. Marine police were conducting a routine patrol at 8 o'clock this morning when it was found containing equipment including fishing gear and 2 bags. Police were trying to determine whether it had floated away or if its owner was in trouble, but it's now being treated as lost property. Anyone with information can contact Tasmania Police on 131 444. Tasmanian horse racing's long-running drought has been broken, with Mystic Journey becoming the first locally trained horse in 133 years to win a Group 1 race. The barnstorming victory in the Australian Guineas not only made history, it also opens the door for a wildcard entry into the All-Star Mile.
On the lush fields of Flemington, a filly from Sprayton had a shot at ending one of Tasmanian sport's longest dry spells.
Can you believe this? The last time a horse that was trained in Tasmania and won a Group 1 race was in 1886.
That was Malua.
And away they go.
And all that was about to change. The Adam Trinder-trained Mystic Journey jumped from the inside barrier. This race mattered not only for the $1 million payday, but for Tasmanian horse racing to reset the record books. On the final straight, Mystic Journey made it happen.
Hawk shot at the 250, Mystic Journey getting up underneath of it. It's Hawk shot grabbed by Mystic Journey, followed by Amphitrite, ring-a-ding-ding late. Mystic Journey with 100 to go, races away. They're roaring in Tasmania, and Mystic Journey won the Guineas easily. Hawk shot second, Photo third.
An $11,000 purchase as a yearling, now a champion.
Mystic Journey, she is something pretty special.
My father will be very proud of this, so very pleasing on all fronts.
Trinder becomes the first Tasmanian in 133 years to train a Group 1 winner. Incredibly, his grandfather Ray Trinder could have broken the drought earlier. He owned the 1972 Melbourne Cup winner Piping Lane, but he had handed the horse over to Victorian trainer George Hanlon when it won the Cup.
But Piping Lane has won the money, a boil over.
This day was all Adams.
The team do a fantastic job, 110% focus. This was actually Leah's filly at the sale. She loved her. My fiance, so terribly satisfying.
The win also puts a Tasmanian face in the world's richest mile race. Mystic Journey is almost certain to receive a wildcard entry to the $5 million All-Star Mile in a fortnight.
The filly Mystic Journey now would probably be worth as a broodmare down the track, could $1.5 million to $2 million right now as she stands. Got me up out of the couch, mate, definitely did.
Tom Johnson, 7 Tasmania News.
Port Arthur Historic Site has been recognised on the national stage, taking home 2 gold awards at last night's Qantas Australian Tourism Awards. The event is one of the biggest nights for the industry, and Tasmania put on quite the show.
Overlooking the Launceston Gorge, it was the night of nights for our tourism industry. The room filled with hundreds of the country's top tourism influencers and contributors, who've all worked tirelessly to secure Australia's place as a tourism mecca. Every state was recognised for their achievements in 2018 across a number of categories.
Tassie took home 10 medals in total, 3 gold, 3rd in the nation. A great outcome. We were represented right across the spectrum last night, though all of the operators put their best foot forward.
Including the Port Arthur Historical Site that proved the state's biggest winner, taking home 2 gold awards in the major tourist attractions and cultural tourism categories. This morning it was all still quite surreal.
So we're against some pretty stiff competition, but very, very, very pleased to come home with these today.
One of tourists' newest and possibly most flashy accommodation offerings, Mac 1, also won gold.
To take this award out on home soil and in front of a room of incredible hotel operators and the tourism industry was thrilling.
Some other notable winners include South Australia's Proudmary cruise liner, Horizontal Falls Seaplane Adventures, Mount Isa Mines Rodeo, the Toowoomba Carnival of Flowers, and Bundaberg Rum's Visitor Experience. And a standing ovation for the Irwin family, who took out the Australian tourism legends for their work protecting and fighting for Australian wildlife.
Wow, I am absolutely floored. Thank you so much. And, you know, I wish Steve could be here tonight, but I always told Steve that behind every great woman there is a great man. So thank you, Steve.
Jessica Moran, 7 Tasmania News.
The United Australia Party has today launched its Tasmanian candidates, with 6 running for seats in the upcoming federal election. 4 are vying for Senate spots and 2 in the upper house.
There's generational unemployment going on in this state. We've got to break that limit. We've got to take people's focus on not just thinking what the government will do for us, but what can I do for myself.
The election is yet to be called, but is expected to be held in May. They're tipped as the way of the future, and they're certainly gaining a fair bit of interest from Tasmanians. An electric vehicle show held in Hobart today, demonstrating to car connoisseurs all the vehicle's features.
A proud owner showing off his Tesla S at Hobart's Electricana.
Oh look, someone stole my emissions.
This vehicle is all electric and all the rage.
Well, to me, it's inevitable that all transport will be electric. And I like to be an early adopter.
Using no petrol or oil, the only liquid in this ride is using windscreen wiper fluid. But if you're after a more Batman-style set of wheels, then look no further.
It's very quick, does 0 to 100 in 4.4 seconds, and it's essentially, and it looks like a bit of a Lamborghini. It's that supercar kind of feel.
This BMW i8 is a hybrid, which is certainly attracting some attention, and it'd want to, going for a pretty penny of $334,000.
There's quite a lot of people excited to see it here, and everyone wants to drive it.
Visitors to today's expo giving a range of cars a test run.
Mostly zero emissions with all electric vehicles, and that's a big difference in itself.
Still a little bit expensive and limited by range, but from what I've seen and just driven one of the cars, and I'm very impressed.
They are much cheaper to run, anything from a half to a third to a quarter of the cost of electricity compared to petrol, and then they're much cheaper to maintain.
There are 90 public charging stations across Tasmania, and the government is committing to $450,000 worth of funding to roll out a larger network.
In the next 10 years, it's going to be this massive turnover and transition to electric cars.
But if you feel like ditching the car and riding a bike instead, there's always the choice of an electric one, which takes out all the hard work for you.
E-bikes are a great alternative to cars. You save money on petrol and parking, and you get from A to B just as quick.
Providing a buzz without getting the heart racing. Louise Hedger, 7 Tasmania News.
Salamanca market goers were today treated with a celebrity chef, entertainer and author from the United Kingdom in town filming a new TV series. Ainsley Harriott at the market this morning, serving up some gourmet treats for visitors to try and enjoy.
We've managed to capture the essence of what's here today, and I've got to say the quality has been of very, very high class.
Today's visit will feature in the show called My Market Menu, where 6 markets across Australia will be included.
There's been a comeback like no other in today's Devonport Triathlon. Lauren Parker competed in Devonport in 2013 as an able-bodied athlete before a training accident badly damaged her spinal cord. But today, she was back, winning the para-triathlon event. On the scorching streets of Devonport this morning, Lauren Parker had a determination on many fronts to come back from a training mishap which changed her life and to win in Devonport for the first time. Friend and handler Dave Robertson helped Parker to the para-triathlon's final leg.
I'm clear if you're clear. Go, go, go. Go and rip into it, Lauren. Come on, beast mode. Let's go, dig in. Come on, Lauren Parker.
She had come second in this event last year. It was a little sweeter this time around.
Yeah,
Lauren Parker is your champion for 2019.
A huge result for Parker, who had competed here in 2013 as an able-bodied athlete. In a training mishap later on, both her tyres burst while riding at high speed.
I went flying into a guardrail at 45k an hour, breaking my scapula, pelvis, broken ribs, punctured lung and broken back, and that left me instantly paralysed from the waist down.
She's developed a strong rivalry on the track with today's second place getter Emily Tapp.
It was difficult at times, but sport is what saved me really. If I didn't have sport in my life, I don't think, I don't know where I'd be today.
Today's event in Devonport is one of 7 World Cups for para-triathletes this year. Triathlon Australia would love to see Devonport chosen for the able-bodied series as well.
We'd like to. We'd like to take it to a World Series level if possible, but we're having those chats at the moment, and hopefully one day that can be something we can also achieve.
The Tasmanian Open has had its penultimate day of play at the Ulverston Golf Club. Western Australia's Hayden Hopewell leads the men's draw at 4 under. Mitch Van Noord best of the Tasmanians at even par, while Queensland's Rebecca Kay leads the women's also at 4 under. And on her home course, Sarah Johnston is the top Tasmanian in 8th overall. New Olympia coach Rob Clark has had a winning start to the NPL season with a stunning strike from Jono Laddick helping the Warriors to a 2-1 win over South Hobart. The first half goals set up the home side's victory with Jack Ryan also contributing for Olympia. And Tasmania's Will Clark has featured in a breakaway group which at one stage had a whopping 9-minute gap over the peloton in the UAE Tour. Clark remained in the leading group until 7 kilometres before the line. Richie Port put in the Ks but made no real push in today's stage. He's still returning to form after battling illness.
Good evening. Sunny and hot conditions across the state today. Hobart reached 39 degrees, 19 degrees above the average, 33 in Launceston, 25 in Burnie, while Devonport reached 26. The state's top slightly warmer than Hobart with 40 degrees recorded at Cape Bruni, breaking the March Tasmanian maximum temperature record set in 2008. Elsewhere, Bushy Park 39, Campania, Grove and Ouse 38, 36 at Strawn, Friendly Beaches 32, 28 at Lyawini and on Flinders Island, Smithton 27 and 24 at Low Head today. On the close-up, a sunny day statewide with smoke visible in the south from the bushfires. On the satellite, mid to high level cloud in the Bight, afternoon low level convective cloud with a few thunderstorms over the north. Tomorrow, a slow moving high in the Tasman Sea will extend a ridge up the east coast of Australia. A trough sits off Tasmania's west coast and extends up to Adelaide and inland northern WA. Coastal waters and south-east to easterly winds at 10 to 20 knots up to 30 knots in the east with swells around a metre. And a strong wind warning is in place from Wineglass Bay to Tasman Island. The forecast now, a light shower for Hobart, a top of 29. Richmond and Ouse hot with 30 degrees. Launceston a cloudy day, 29. Cloud also forecast for Devonport and Deloraine, both 25. Burnie a possible light shower, showers for Strawn 24. Curry a top of 23. A humid day on the way for St Helens, cloudy and 28. Swansea 29. Whitemark a hot one with 31 degrees. The UV forecast very high across the state. Further ahead, looking to Monday, fine day until light showers develop about the southwest coast later. Tuesday, showers about the west extending to most areas in the afternoon. And Wednesday, showers contracting to the west, far south and northeast later on. Around the country tomorrow, Perth sunny and 33, Darwin 35, Brisbane a few showers 29, Sydney 28, 32 in Canberra, Melbourne hot and 36, Adelaide a fine one with 31 degrees. And at the moment it's still hot in Hobart, 34 degrees, 28 in Launceston and 22 in Devonport. Another couple of warm to hot days on the way, Rach?
Yes, I might have to head to the beach. Thank you for that, Laura. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.